Hey everybody, so I'm at a house clean out today. Well, it's basement clean out, garage clean out. They're throwing in this John Deere. Looks like it needs a new battery, but it's got the hood. I think that's a sellable piece, so I'm gonna probably come back for that. There's a ton of stuff in the basement, so I figured I'd show you what's down there real fast. And there's a lot of tools, a lot of little pieces of everything. I really like this nice cabinet. I don't know if it has the front cover, but it is very, very nice. Good workbench. It looks like lots of scrap. All that wire. Trying to think. It's the whole basement, right?
Everything good.
Everything.
Anything we need for garbage. They got pipe clamps here.
Yep. All this. I really like this thing, even though it's not really worth anything. But look how took the coffee cans and cut it out. That's a really good idea.
And I'll show you where the key is.
All right. All right, so I got a empty box for filling up some hand tools. This is a nail puller. Wooden handle. There's a watch in here, Dan. That's good, guy.
This is
trying to get all the sellable hand tools into this tub. Been doing really well in the market with sellable hand tools. This is all, it looks like lead. It's not. Springs. It's for an oil. Yahtzee, all that copper.
oh, there's a bunch of copper.
Yeah, no, I just pulled a box and it exploded for me.
Think like copper. There's buckets so you want the copper in there.
There's a good little wrist rocket. I think I can sell these. What was in here? I really like these antique clippers. Bunch of neat stuff in here. Little crowbar. That'd be cool if there was like a really good axe in here. It says plum. Just lots and lots and lots of hand tools. See, that one's busted. Some old sharpeners. I've been able to sell the sharpeners pretty well recently. I think this is a tire for doing your tires. Early hammer. Tools I end up selling $3 to $10 each. See that mark right there with the arm and the hammer? It's pretty cool. And Gabby and my girl have been selling the heck out of them. So definitely see if any of these are Snap-on or Craftsman. Or mostly it's all Craftsman. This might be a Snap-on. It's SK socket on that one, but doesn't look like too many. Here's a Snap-on, first Snap-on piece. I'm gonna put all the Snap-on in this nice box here. This is like a nice little anvil. Solid steel. Let's see, is there anything else like that? Tend to, where you find one piece, you tend to find more. just don't. There's this guy, little Craftsman Wrench. Let's just check this, make sure there isn't snap on in here. Lots of little pieces of brass and stuff. Tons of copper. It's for a little guitar. More Craftsman. Soft tees. Got another little copper fitting. Take out the pieces of steel that are going to just make my life heavy. It's for a solder iron, I think. Lots of brass. I don't know. Definitely feeling lucky with the copper and brass hoard. Alright. There's a lot of boxes in here.
Here's what you can take if you want to. You don't have to take any of this.
Dan, this whole shed has to go?
Except the lawnmower, yep.
That's pretty cool. I like the boxes.
Yeah, I like all kinds of shit. Oh, you know what? Yeah, there's a milk box here, right? Is that the milk box? Or was that...
Yeah. So, it's a lot of things. Alright, well I'm going to organize everything and then...
Here, let me show you what else. Here.
On the other side there's stuff?
Right here.
That's pretty cool.
You don't have to take those boards. Take the battery, the jack, you can take the metal, you can leave those boards. You can take this can if you want to.
The burn barrels,
Yep.
Good to go?
Yep.
I got a battery, that's good.
Take these doors if you want to.
Yeah, they're all scrap.
So.
So,
Plywood if you want to. Just take all the doors. So you got more than a load of scrap.
there's, I would say 3 loads for me out of this, easy. So it's pretty good. So I called my buddy Tall Dan to help bring all this stuff. Like, there's so much. I want to take a lot of it to auction. So I'm just going to try to find the few pieces I need. And we'll bring all the big, probably bring this bench to auction. I bet that will sell pretty well. Lots and lots of copper. Let's see, where else do I see copper? Here's copper. Look at the size of that copper pipe. All right. There's some more copper fittings. Brass fittings. I think this whole box is copper. That's pretty good. Yep, all copper and brass fittings. And this one's PVC. Bunch of wire. Saw blades. All right. Copper and brass together. If I can get 2 or 3 good boxes of tools plus some of that copper wire, I'll feel like this is a really good deal on cleaning this out. Definitely hot though. Well, I got all this in strip of wire so far. It's definitely a lot of good scrap in here. I think this is the reason I called Dan, because I figured we can get $100 for this John Deere. Probably the only thing it really needs is a new battery. All right, let's see what else I can find. So There's all these good wood rulers on the ground. Just 3 of them. These are actually nice. They have the brass insert for pulling out. I've been selling those pretty well at the flea market. Good punch. Some locks with keys. I like the suspenders, but I don't really. All little screwdrivers. They're all worth $1 a piece, so that's good. Next drawer, let's see if we're as lucky. Yep. Nice pair of needle nose. I like that scraper. One of those wire strippers. Another little wood scraper with a devil head. The Allen keys sell well. See how fast this is filling up with $2 to $3 bills. I mean, there's a bunch of $5 bills in there too. So definitely one of the nice things about doing tools. Got all these little bits. Some of those will sell. Drill bits, little saw bits. What is this? Don't know. Chalk lines always sell. Take those drill bits. I think I'll have to find a thing for drill bits. Sounds like Dan just pulled up. So hopefully he has as fun as I do picking. Look at that little hand drill. First little Stanley. I never knew what these things are. Anybody know? Let me know. I don't even know how to work them. Look at that little brass. I guess it's a for making edging. Some aluminum. There's another one of those. So I got a pair of that. That's pretty cool. I don't know if there's going to keep on. This is going to keep on giving or not. It's all the instruction manuals. This little hammerhead. Sanding wheels now over here. There was one more box. Not sure what that is, but it looks cool. Same as that. Is that Dan? Yo, Dan, what's up? There's a little bit of everything here. Nice to see you, buddy.
Huh?
So nice to see you. Everything good? Me and Dan decided to take a load of scrap first. Now this is dirty aluminum.
My scrapyard don't take those.
Alright. Mine does.
Well, we're going to yours anyway with the garage doors.
Alright. So I think it's dry enough to back all the way up here. Or?
Yes.
I mean, I think that happened the other day. It wasn't today. But got all this, Dan. Scrap or be good.
Does that lawnmower go?
No, this lawnmower stays. The John Deere goes. So, but there's lots of little motors, and Dan has been scrapping a lot of motors.
Yeah, it's my new favorite thing to cut apart.
Nails.
Hey, look up above. There you go.
There's a lot of heavy stuff up there. Glad you're tall. Dan, this is pretty cool. It's a copper funnel. Definitely, that's a good antique. And I really like the milk box. That's little pieces of brass. I guess that's for a pulley for something. Could always use those square pieces of steel. All right, I'm going to save the milk box, but I think that most of this is going to go. I'll save those for somebody for art. Manifold for something, but here's a cool tin. Look at that tin for songbird food. That's pretty fun. I don't know what these springs are for. If anybody knows that, let me know. They will make good art. Little nice brass nozzle. That's it in this box, unless those are square nails. Looks like a box of square nails. That might be. Is it? Yeah. Wonder what that was used for. This is a brass rod.
Don't bend it.
Yeah, I don't know what it's for.
That's sellable.
Hey, what do you think it's for, though?
Electrical, probably.
It's weird. It's tapered on both ends. The brass rod. All those big square nails. Somebody will make something with those. More of these springs. Those I could weld all together. All right. So, last milk crate has a bunch of big springs. Some more of that real fine copper wire. Really old can of Rust-Oleum. Actually sounds good still. Like the copper or brass screws. Nice and tiny. The rest of it's looking pretty scrappy. That might sell. Those are good for making flowers. It's pretty easy to weld flowers together from washers. Put a nut in the middle and you use the washers as the pedal. Only other thing you have to know how to do is weld. But look at all these square nails. These are actually old square nails that somebody, because they're painted, somebody got out of a nice old building. There's a lot of them too. I'm sure one day all these little baby jars are gonna be worth money, especially if they had the labels. I think they soak the labels off of these. But all right, bring all that to the scrapyard. So I have my pile pretty well together. I'm gonna grab this machinist box. It still has a bunch of machinist tools and stuff in it. I have the box that I packed from over there with all the tools and wire. I have this really nice drop cloth, nice big piece of lead, and there's some tools underneath. New tarp for covering the truck when it rains. Found this really neat piece of steel. It'd make a good little anvil or whatever. It's got to be about 40 pounds, 30 pounds, but it's just perfect for a workbench. And then me and Dan loaded up all the scrap, so we got a lot of scrap to go to the scrapyard right now, and we're gonna see how we do. Hopefully we get enough for a good lunch. Should be about, I would say, 6. So at the scrapyard, it'll be interesting how much we get for this load. There's a lot of stuff on here. The claw's working on a car. That's always fun. Hopefully we can get right by him. Dave! I'm pretty heavy, 7,000 pounds. Well, made it to the yard without any problems. We'll see. There's Dan. He's got some garage doors. He's got a car. Your head's up. Unloaded. Got a lot of brass and copper still. It was, I don't know, pretty long, wasn't it, Dan? Just felt like a long day. But we have everything ready for the auction tomorrow. We ended up doing, I see a bunch of 20s, Dan. That's a good thing. $73. Man, we're gonna have to drink a lot to get rid of all that. Wow. But actually 74 bucks. So that's pretty good. All right, see everybody later. Peace.